Coming to you from the historic Hart Building in Marysville, California, in Studio 93, In the Tank with Fish, with your host, Bob Fischetti.
All right, another exciting adventure. I love doing In the Tank because we get a little longer to talk to our guests, but also because we record it and you can watch it later, and I like that. And you can like, share, subscribe, and I'll always miss something. Comment. Get a comment. We're going to get that where Kurt will put that at the bottom of the screen.
I'll work on it.
Yeah, it's his job, right? Here I am breaking the fourth wall constantly. Anyway, so this morning I have he really is one of my favorite people just because of how his life has gone. But he is the entertainment director at Hard Rock Sacramento at Fire Mountain, Hard Rock Casino and Hotel, Fire Mountain in Sacramento or something like that.
You got it.
It's Randy Maddocks.
You got it. Yes, it's a
you
mouthful.
You guys need to shorten the name. I just say the Hard Rock. Everybody knows what it is.
Yes, the Hard Rock is good enough, I think, because we're the only one in the whole entire state of California until next week.
Wait, you guys are the only one?
We are the only Hard Rock hotel and casino on the West Coast and the only one in California until next week when the Hard Rock in Tejon, south of Bakersfield, opens.
I know where that's at. Yeah,
big casino resort south of Bakersfield and Mettler, I believe. So it's kind of It's about 80 miles to Burbank and Hollywood from that location. So it's gonna be a big deal next week. We got one.
They're not stealing you from here.
No, absolutely not. I'm from California, and I don't know. I'm not to hate on Bakersfield, but it's not the place I'm going to be moving to. Yeah.
Well said.
Sorry, guys. I'll come help you if you need me.
Yeah, exactly. If you need some assistance, I'll come down, but
yeah.
I'm not moving.
Yeah.
You know, offline before we were on, you talked about, and I didn't realize this about you, so I get to backtrack a little. Mm-hmm. You traveled a lot as a kid.
I did, yeah. Just from my dad being in the Navy, and I've born and raised in San Diego. That's where he met my mom. My mom was originally from Kansas. My dad's from Nebraska, but she had moved out there. She moved out there way before he ever did. But he went to San Diego State. Was in the Navy for a long, long time. Starting with Vietnam, and and then I've moved back to Nebraska for a little bit. I've lived in Massachusetts when I was like in middle school in Lawrence, Massachusetts. Was where my dad was stationed. Andover is where Jay Leno was from, and that's where we lived. Phillips Academy, big private schools from that area. I think the Bush family or somebody went there back in the day. That was a big time to be out there because that's when George Sr. was president. So his vacation home was in Kennebunkport, Maine or something like that. So anytime he went out there, everyone was just pandemonium, you know. So we even drove up there one time, like an hour north of Boston. That was cool to live out there when I was that young because of the history, which I want to go back. I haven't been to Boston probably in 20 plus years because back when I was tour managing. But I need to go. I want to go to a game at Fenway. I never got to go to a baseball game at Fenway. I had a friend of mine that was sending me pictures. He was in Chicago yesterday, and he's showing me he drove by Wrigley Field. I was like, it's another place I haven't been. So it's like I need to go to Yankee Stadium, Wrigley Field, and Fenway, and I think I'll have my baseball fix of going to like legendary places.
Yeah, those I think are the last three.
Yeah, I've been to a lot of games elsewhere, but yeah. And then we moved back to Nebraska, and then after college and everything, because I stuck around in Nebraska, I went home to San Diego. I've lived and worked in Anaheim and Vegas and Cleveland, and I moved out here from Orlando because that's where we hunkered down during COVID, and now I'm back in California, Lake Tahoe. Yeah, so I've moved around a lot.
Well, this is like home.
It is, and I'm going on 4 years here next month, so it feels like...
Wait, the Hard Rock's been there 4 years?
Well, the Hard Rock's going on, I think it's 6 years in October, just last month, but me, I showed up 4 years ago, and I was there, 6-7 months before we opened up the property, the venue, the Hard Rock Live venue. You know, I came on board to help build it, get it finished up, and hire everybody and get the shows going, and I've been here for 4 years now. I don't know what happened. I feel like I'm reverse aging. It's like the least amount of facial hair I've had since I've been here and since I've been coming on your podcast. So I shaved up for you today. I got a haircut, but I'm wearing a t-shirt.
Tell you have to look a certain way?
No,
you're good.
I think I'm flipping it. Every time I'm here, I look different, I think. This is me being casual and have to work till 10, 11:30 tonight or whatever it is.
Yeah. Tonight?
Yeah, we have annual town halls where we all the executives and all of our team members come in. We have 5 sessions, I think.
Wow.
Where they all, whoever can make it at certain times, they come in and we give them the spiel on how the company's doing and all the things we've addressed to make better for our team, because we're always looking to improve what we can do for our team members, and kind of just a state of the union for the casino.
Yeah.
And all the important, cool directors get up and speak. You're not going to hear from the IT guys or, the cage director, even though I love you, Steve and Bob. But usually it's a finance update, a marketing update, slots and table games, and then entertainment. And then our president, Mark, will pop up and talk about our philanthropy and all the good things we've done this year. Oh, and we have a guest star this week, our COO for the whole entire casino company.
Wow.
For Hard Rock and General International, like the bigwig, Jeff Hook. He's awesome. He's in town, so that's a treat for people to get to see the big guys come in and talk all the big projects they're working on around the world, because people get hyped up on wanting to maybe move their career somewhere, or I want to go to the Maldives or go to the brand new property, and it's being built in Greece. There's a new casino and a resort and a venue.
Wow.
Yeah, in Athens. So those are like the things they really like to hear, along with everything that's going on in the U.S. Big update probably coming for Tejon, because they're opening next week. And then we have the Vegas property, obviously, where the Mirage was. That's coming along. They're actually got the base of the Guitar Hotel built, or coming along pretty quickly. So those are the things.
There's changes out there all the time in
Vegas. Yeah,
all
always.
The time. I had 2 sisters that lived out there, so I used to go out there all the time, right? And every time they're doing something new, it's like something. If you go out there, something's being tore down and something's being built.
Well,
right now, constant.
Right now, the A's stadium is finally taking shape. Everyone was worried that wasn't even really going to happen. They were going to stay in Sacramento. But no, I saw some photos and some video online. They're starting to put steel up, so that's a good sign. But you're right. When I worked in Vegas, this is 20 years ago. The City Center complex, where Aria and Cosmopolitan, the Harmon, and all that was in just an empty space. So it felt like a mile long walk when you walk by there with all the construction that was going on. It really was, actually, because you had the Monte Carlo and the big open space, and the Bellagio. There was nothing there, and that was being built. And the Trump Tower, actually, at the end of the Strip, was being built when I was there, and that's how long they've been there now. Yeah, that's crazy. And now the Fontainebleau, I think, is the newest casino, the nicest one that's built. So yeah, there's always something going on, and even us, we're improving and adding things. We have a sports bar opening next week. So that's
let's talk about that for a minute, because that's local. Yeah. I don't know how many people have, heard that. Sports are just popular.
Yeah.
Everybody's got to love some kind of sport, right? Yeah. And except for curling, I'm not sure we got too many curling fans.
One man luge.
There could be something.
The double luge, or whatever they call it, the 2-man luge. I don't know.
The Jamaican bobsled team.
Yeah, that's cool. Fencing.
But so that's been in the planning stage, but it's done now, right?
Yeah,
it's ready to go? Or?
Yeah, walls are down. They're installing all the massive TV screen wall, the finishing, textiles and countertop stuff's all being put in. We got slot machines going in there. It's going to be really cool. There's nothing like it in the area, and definitely if you're local to this Marysville, Yuba, Sutter area, it's going to be a really cool experience. We've got all the major sports packages. It's basically built so that when sports gambling gets approved, it's like a flip of the switch. We can open up
It's not approved here?
Not in California yet. So we're thinking, it's a great venue. You'll be able to sit down, watch any game we got going on, play some slots, bring some food over. It's right next to Hard Rock Live, so if you come to a show, you can pregame and hang out. Yeah, so it's kind of a great location. It's huge, actually. I knew what it was going to look like when they were putting the plans together, but now all the construction walls are down. And you look at it, it expands like a whole left side of the casino. It's width-wise, and it attaches to the center bar and the Hard Rock Cafe, so that's kind of nice, too. But,
okay. So if you're standing on the stage in the cafe, you're looking up at the bar. Where's the sports bar?
It's going to be around the corner to your right.
Right?
If you're looking at the center bar at the Van Halen motorcycle and the big TV cube on the left.
Oh, from the other side.
If you're staring down the center aisle of the casino, it's going to be over to your left. So can't miss it. But yeah, it's ready to go. It's going to, whenever gaming for sports becomes available in the state of California, we're ready to go ahead of time. And, I think mid-year elections are in next year sometime.
Yeah.
So I think it might be on a ballot again. But hopefully it gets approved, I think there's going to be a lot of benefit and revenue for everyone that's involved.
You guys have got so much going on, so there's a huge investment out there on the property coming up.
Yeah.
Now, who orchestrates that? Is that the tribe or is that you guys? Who's?
Well, tribe first, of course.
Collectively.
The tribe owns, and it's their property, their future. They have a lot of great ideas. They, a lot of our council members and tribal community leaders, they go around the country and they see other things they like, or they have friends in other tribes that are very successful, and they say, hey, what could we put at our property? They'll bring up the ideas to the executive team.
Ah.
And and then go from there, and then or vice versa. The Hard Rock corporate might have something involved, like a new restaurant concept, or a Hard Rock Live venue that are they're turnkey now. I mean, we have multiple Hard Rock Live venues now that are brand new casinos. So if they're like, hey, let's build this, let's build that, and if we can find the money and it makes sense on paper and financially, and then we have backing from our partners, let's go. Casinos are notorious for upgrading and making improvements constantly. You never know what you're gonna. Yeah.
I personally would like you to bring some of the old slot machines back. Just for us old guys. Yeah, it's not quite that far back.
You want a coin bucket too? What do you want? You can use pennies. Pennies are going away. So
you could be the
one machine on property with real pennies and a coin bucket and the loud dun 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 coins. Yeah,
I was in Binions. Down in that city area, whatever they call it.
Downtown, Fremont?
Yeah, Fremont Street. So I was in Binions. We actually were staying there. And back in the corner was one machine that was like, it still could put nickels in it, right?
Okay, yeah.
So I asked one of the people, why is this still here? And I guess it has to have its last win.
Oh, it's a progressive, yeah.
Is that how that works?
Yeah, so basically, in the casino business, I believe, if a progressive machine is basically considered a lottery, and when you have a lottery, which means you have to pay to play it.
Yeah.
There's no free spins. There's nothing, right? You have to have it hit legally. Actually, that's why when the Mirage was shutting down in Vegas, they had all these machines that needed to be played off. So they invited a lot of the Hard Rock's best players from the entire country to come out the last couple of days to take final spins on these machines, because they needed to pay them out. Otherwise, they can't turn them off, if I'm not mistaken. But I think that's what's going on.
Well, I know my brother and we went back there and played the snot out of it. Didn't win anything, but we thought, hey, you never know, right?
My first big win in Vegas was at the Four Queens and down Fremont Street. Yeah, I think I walked in there. I think I inhaled more cigarette smoke than you could possibly without smoking an actual cigarette. I think I inhaled a lot of it. Anyway, and then it was like dollar roulette. I think I was up till like 3 or 4 in the morning and dollar roulette, not knowing what I was doing. Yeah, me and my brother-in-law. We were driving back from Nebraska, actually. I was in college, and we road tripped from Nebraska all the way to San Diego. And we stopped in Vegas for the night and stayed at the Four Queens and played roulette all night long.
Yeah.
Good times.
So I want to talk about 2 things. One is the venue, the Hard Rock. That, man, you guys, that's the most incredible sound system. I don't care. You could go out there and see a band you didn't even like, but you'd appreciate the sound. I mean, and there's no bad seats.
Right. What were you just there for? You were just there.
For Tyler Rich.
It was Tyler, okay.
Yeah, which I have to tell you, I was really impressed the way that he interacted with the crowd.
That was really cool. He filmed it too. He filmed it. We did a live broadcast.
I heard.
Yeah, so hopefully that sees the light of day. I think they wanted to do a concert film or live album.
But that's when I found out from you before that, because you were talking about you guys can change the seating in there, the risers, everything. You can change everything that's downstairs to accommodate something different, right?
Yeah.
But the sound there there's no bad seats to start off with. And the sound is absolutely phenomenal no matter where you're sitting.
Well, like I said, we're always trying to change and improve too. Like we just bought, I have 257 gold circle seats now up front that are going to go the expanse of the front 7 rows. We're angling the front left and right sections now, which we haven't done. And
for the view.
For a better viewing, we We took the subwoofers off the ground and hung them up in the air to take away that bass impact.
Oh,
If you're up front, so now it's up top actually sounds better, and they're out of the floor. So
yeah.
the stage now, it looks even bigger because there's nothing in front of it. And then the other thing we can do is move the risers back and do a standing room only show with 3,000 plus people. We bought a curtain, like an 80-foot wide curtain, to hang from the back and leave the risers in, but hang the curtain in front of the risers and do a 1,200 cap show. So I can do a smaller scale, which I'm doing in December with this Lala's Burlesque show that I'm doing. I have a hip hop show that's coming next year that's going to be a GA pit, but with the curtain will be down. So if it sells out, we'll open the risers.
Oh,
That kind of stuff. So I'm scaling it down. So we have all kinds of options. 3+ years in, we're still trying to find better ways to do things, and we already have a great place. I don't need to keep buying a gear and equipment, but getting back to the tribe and the executive leadership team, we're keeping up with the times, and everything that we have is state of the art, and the artists come in, they don't really need to worry about anything. If we rent the room out for a large show or a big dinner benefit or something, we have it all, so there's nowhere else out this way that has a venue that can be capable of doing everything we're doing.
Well, you guys do martial arts out there.
Yeah, we have a fight this Friday, November 7th. Yeah, Uriah Faber's A1 Combat 32. So I think over half of their 32 fights have been at our place.
Wow.
Yeah, we did 2, I think, in the ballroom while Hard Rock Live was being built. Then once that opened, we moved everything away. Yeah. 32 A1 Combat. That's this Friday. Yeah.
You keep up with that?
I do. I don't on the UFC stuff. I used to watch it a lot more than I do now. I couldn't tell you who the famous fighters are anymore. But I like watching it. If I come across it, I'll watch it. When it's in your own place, though, it's a whole different atmosphere. You get to see the stuff in person. There's broadcast trucks and cameras everywhere, commercial breaks, all that kind of stuff. And it's actually really cool. And that's another thing. We should be able to broadcast. If you can't make it into the fight or it's sold out, I think we're going to show it at the sports bar.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and I got kind of talked to the promoter about it. I was like, "How are you cool with that?" Because they might not be.
Yeah.
He goes, "Nah, man. It's more people get to watch us and build our brand because they're still new. Even though they've done 32 fights, they've only done that in 3.5 years. So they're still new."
I know. I watch that stuff and think, what am I going to... There is so much entertainment.
Yeah.
There's so many different kinds. I remember first time I talked to you, I went, well, you're going to do something other than bands and artists?
Yes.
Why would you do that, right?
Yeah.
You were telling me the different stuff you do, comedians.
I have Charlie Sheen.
I saw that. I just saw that.
We're doing a book tour with him. He's going to come in and talk about his crazy life. And he's actually sober and logical. I've been watching a lot of his interviews and a lot of his comments and commentary about his life. It's amazing. So, yeah, I think there's only a handful of places that are getting him either. Very lucky because he's being very selective. He just did Grand Sierra in Reno. We're show number 2 or 3. He's doing the Hard Rock in Atlantic City and I think some other ones. But that's a crazy life that we get to go hear about. And if you buy the VIP package, you get an autographed book and all that kind of good stuff. So I'm looking forward to that one. I think we're going to try to see if we can get him to sign a Wild Thing jersey that he wore in Major League. Remember that movie? So I think we're going to try to get it.
That would be perfect.
I think we're going to try, and we want to try to get it in our memorabilia case at the sports bar, even though he's not a real athlete in that sense.
Yeah,
he was talking on one of the shows I was watching though that he actually was throwing 100 pitches a day. He was pitching live and throwing 85, 90 miles an hour for real. So he's like, yeah, man, I had to ice up and get injured every day. These real pitchers, they get rest. He goes, I had to act and throw for real every day on the set. I was like, that's cool. But yeah, Charlie.
So when is his...
Neil deGrasse Tyson, the astrophysicist or astronomer, whatever that guy is, he's coming. It's almost sold out. It's in February. And I'm like, who's going to come see this dude? And I'm like, I guess he's crazy. He's smart. It's funny. Yeah.
That's got to be hard to because you literally could have anybody.
Yeah.
Right. But you have to I was talking to you offline about how, because the Hard Rock has got Sacramento, which is a major city close to you.
Yeah.
And then you got all this, the foothills, all this rural area around as well. And you guys are like right in the middle. So, it's like, I don't know how you even figure who am I bringing in, right?
We are something for everyone. I think I've said this a few times, but I think we're going on 26, 25 different genres of shows. I mean, just in the month of October, we had a Latin pop group, RuPaul's Drag Race, Keith Sweat R&B show. Then we had a country show with Justin Moore. We had a British comedian,
special.
Jimmy Carr. Yeah. And then El Alfa, who's a Dominican reggaeton rap star. So we had 6 completely different shows in the month of October. And this month is just about the same. I mean, we've got a lot of classic rock, sold out comedy. We got Among Festival.
I saw that.
The Sacramento Hmong New Year is doing an event on our property. We have a Banda dance party on so Thanksgiving weekend, if you're looking for something to do and get some culture in your life, we have the Hmong New Year, we have a Banda show and a Sabadi Fest, which is also Hmong at the end of the month. So it's pretty wild. And then we have booked a burlesque show and tribute shows. We got a lot going on. We still have like 15 events to go before the end of the year.
You have had some amazing tribute bands.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Over the top. You had invited me, and I went and saw that Van Halen one. And those guys were so excited to even be there, but they were great.
Those guys were in like Brazil or something recently. Seriously, like tribute shows to me are real shows, and the good ones are so good that you forget that they're not the real thing. And that's like Strangelove, the Depeche Mode band that was here in September.
Yeah, you just had
unbelievable. And I'm a Depeche Mode fan, and I've never gotten a chance to see them for real. And they're endorsed by Depeche Mode. They were using the Depeche Mode videos. They were saying thank you to the band, and they crushed. They played 2 hours. And then they opened up for themselves as a David Bowie tribute. Oh. The keyboard player in the Depeche Mode band was the lead singer in David Bowie in the Electric Duke tribute. So they crushed. We have 24 Karat Magic, which is like the best Bruno Mars show. That's our New Year's Eve show.
That's coming up.
New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
We're announcing Arrival, which is an ABBA show.
Oh.
Arrival from Sweden. It's going to be on Valentine's Day.
Oh, they're from Sweden?
Yes.
Come on.
Yeah, they're the real deal. It's like a 15-piece band, and they're again are endorsed by ABBA. And that's going to be on Valentine's Day. I mean, I have the Elvis guy, Rob Ely, coming back in January, 3rd year in a row. Got the Bee Gees coming back again.
I was going to ask you about them because you've had them multiple times.
I got a Journey band coming. I've got, I'm trying to do a Daft Punk and an Aerosmith. Like I'm working on all this stuff right now. Oh, Hairball, which is a great band. They're an 80s rock hair band tribute show, and they all dress the part. They come out and do Twisted Sister and Guns N' Roses and Def Leppard.
Oh, so they do more than one.
It's a big band, and they have multiple singers that come in and out, and they come out and smash, Bon Jovi for a little bit, and then they come out and do AC/DC. It's like, Hairball.
I went and saw my son, because I love Chicago and Earth, Wind, and Fire. I've seen them actually play together and didn't realize they've written music for each other, right? Yeah, just incredible. But I like that stuff. So my son said, hey, Dad, I want you to listen to this Leonid and Friends.
Yeah.
Right? And so he took me down to see them at the Crest.
On Halloween?
And I was like,
last week?
No.
Oh, they were just here.
Yeah.
Halloween, yeah.
Yeah, and I was blown away how accurate they were.
They're amazing.
Well, now I guess they're doing way more than Chicago. They're doing a whole bunch of different bands, but they're a horn band, so they can do
anything,
anything. Tower Power. I mean, they did Vehicle by Ides of March, and so I mean, it's like, so when you talk about tribute bands, it's like they weren't necessarily dressed like it, but the music was so. No. I mean, I could not tell the difference.
No, I've had them a few times when I was at the Hard Rock in Ohio, and I will be booking them next year.
Those guys?
Yeah.
Oh God.
No, I was supposed to go on Halloween. Just didn't work. Timing didn't work out. But they were at the Crest. It was sold out. So about 900 people. So I had told the promoter, I said, look, we need to bring it to our spot next year. So we're working on it. It'll probably be September, October next year. They'll be at our place. So you got to come. I'll put you in the front row, man.
Oh, I will go to that.
Yeah. No, they're dope. I mean, if until I get the real deal, I got to get the next best thing.
Well, to me, I love music, period. I mean, I like all kinds of music. And so when somebody plays something really well or adds a difference to it, like, obviously I grew up, I was a Beatles fan. Mm-hmm. And I loved the song, Got to Get You Into My Life. But Earth, Wind, and Fire did that, as far as I'm concerned, better than the Beatles. So sometimes it's the remakes that people do. They do such a great job on it. Yeah. And then it becomes part of their deal. And I know that bands now will play another band's song like a finale. Yeah. They do that quite frequently now.
Yeah. Yeah, you hear country guys doing rock shows. Yeah. So, God, who was I watching? I can't remember who it was, but someone came out and crushed No More Tears by Ozzy or Black Sabbath. And the guy was playing a guitar part on a fiddle. And the bass player was killing it with that dude, but that happens all the time. When I went to go see Lady Gaga at Chase Center this summer, that was the day Ozzy actually passed away, and she came out with the Ozzy T-shirt. She comes out from back under the stage. They do she's taking her makeup and all the crazy outfits. She changes clothes and gets super casual, but she had an Ozzy T-shirt. And they did the whole dance, the whole entire show follows her through the tunnel and back out on stage, and they did Crazy Train. And the whole crowd.
Oh, I love that song.
The whole entire arena knows that song. And she sang it, and they danced, and yeah.
I think that is Randy Rhoads' best ever. Yeah. When he was alive. I think the way he went from everybody loves a great riff, and Crazy Train starts out, but when he goes to the strumming, it's like it does this, it just sucks you right in. It's like, this really incredible stuff. And so, and I'm sure there'll be some tribute bands for them.
Oh, there already are. Yeah, Ozzy and all that stuff. Yeah, no, they already are. One of my favorite ones we had last year was Mr. Speed, the Kiss show. Oh, yeah. They're from Toledo or Cleveland, I think. And I had them in Ohio, and we brought them all the way out here. That was my one show last December. They had pyro and spark and fog and stiletto boots and a snake on stage. It was dope. They even spit blood. It was cool. They went all in. But the jump band's amazing. I hope to bring those guys back.
They were good. Yeah. I think that it's everybody's kind of getting used to the idea that listen, some of these guys, they're not going out on the road anymore. No. But you like their music. And so these tribute bands have found a place to where, they play just like if you went and saw the band, right? So, like you said, there was a band you didn't get to see, you got to see the tribute, and it was really good.
It's amazing, yeah. There's a really great Queen one. Another one I'm working on is for Billy Joel. And there's some really good Billy Joel shows that are out there. So, and with him basically probably being done, so he's got some brain issues. I believe. And so a guy like that who has such a huge catalog of songs. Oh, gosh. It's a sing-along show, that's why we had an Elton John show last year. That was awesome. And we've had the Hotel California. There's a show called Legal Eagles that's being worked on where the real Eagle guys are looking to license a show that they're promoting. Because they don't want to go on the road anymore. No. They're doing the Sphere, and that's it. They're not going anywhere else. But yeah, so they're trying to put that show together. But to me, there's a value to those shows. People are paying money to see them. It used to be taboo, or not taboo. It just used to be like people put their nose up at it a little bit, like, I'm not going to pay to go see that. The tickets better be free. That's not the case for me. I find the best, and we sell tickets, and we market it like a real show and give them the respect that they deserve because they're true musicians. The only one I haven't been able to find is a Rick James tribute. So if you know Rick, I wanted to start my own. I was going to call him Super Freak. But I need that to be legit. Like I need a bass player. And really bad hair. Yeah. And I need the tight pants, and I need a backing girl band, and a white dude playing keyboards. Like if you go watch his real band back in the day, like I need the whole spiel. Or I'll start it myself. So if you know anybody, let me know. Yeah. But Super Freak, I want to call him that.
Well, I think that the thing is musicianship. When you have to play somebody else's stuff or sing their stuff, I would hate, even before I had cancer on my vocal cords, right? I had a pretty good range singing wise, but I would never try some of these artists. Never. I mean, who's gonna? I mean, I think about Queen. Who's going to do Freddie Mercury, right?
Yeah.
But there's guys out there, and they work hard. And so when they say tribute band, you got to realize that these guys, they're nonstop practicing.
Absolutely.
That you don't get that good to play that and it sound that good. So it's like, yeah, you're right. I think they deserve the respect.
Yeah, absolutely.
To be able to do that. So
Yep.
I do want to talk a little bit about Brian Setzer, because I want to talk about how sometimes there's elements that even though there's things you'd like to do, sometimes things happen and you can't do it. So you had Brian Setzer booked to come out here, coming up right around the corner, and then he got sick or had been sick.
Yeah, when a show gets canceled, that was going to be at the end of this month, and that was trekking to a sold out show because the original Stray Cat guys, they don't tour much, so to have them out there, all three original guys, was going to be huge, and their whole tour was selling out. Brian's just has an illness; it's not letting him play, so it's such an integral part. You can get away with maybe subbing a drummer, but he's the lead singer and the guitar player.
Yeah.
So that's a bummer, but that stuff happens. When that stuff happens, the audience will get refunded their tickets, and no problem there. It's just there's a lot of effort on the back end. It's like, oh man, okay, we didn't waste our time, obviously, but man, that was a lot of effort for it not to happen. From a marketing perspective, or we advance the show with the tour, we get things prepared. We have the entire property waiting to kind of see how things are going to work out for us, because attendance affects the restaurants and how busy they're going to be, if the hotel is going to be sold out or not. They're expecting that revenue on that day, slots and table games too. We beef up security. There's so much going on, right? So luckily that was several weeks out. I've had instances where it's come all the way up to about 10 minutes before showtime, and stuff has happened like that, and you have a room full of people who've been waiting for maybe an hour or more, been drinking, they're getting a little hyped up. I had
you don't walk through the center of that crowd.
No, I've depending on what type of genre too, man, it could be a little hectic. But I've had some weird instances in my career where like an artist was supposed to be flying from LA to Tucson at the casino I worked out there at Desert Diamond, and she hadn't left the airport, and the doors were open for our show, and I think they forgot, like there's only half of the year Arizona and California are on a different time zone.
Oh, that's right.
And it was during that time, so they thought it was the same time zone. I was like, no, man, we're an hour ahead of you. And she hadn't left, and I was like, so we had people in the room for 2 hours, and it was 100+ degrees outside, so everyone had been sipping back a little bit and hot and angry, and starting to get restless, and everyone was like, she's not even here. And I had to make an announcement on stage, like, she is on her way, she's on a plane. They're like, what? So then I'm like, hey, can we make sure is she gonna be ready to go when she lands? She doesn't have time to get to her dressing room and get ready, because that could take another 30 minutes or more. And of course they said yeah, but then they lied to me. She was not ready, and so we almost had to cancel that show, because I was like, this is crazy. We shut the bar down.
And that's last minute.
Yes, we shut the bar down before she even went on stage, because I was like, I can't serve people anymore. They're just going to get rowdy if she doesn't show up. So when she finally got there, I was like, you got to make an announcement from backstage so they hear your voice. So I gave her the microphone, and she's like, speaking in Spanish and doing her thing. But the show went off, but the show was already going to be long, because those artists go on. They'll play for 2+ hours.
Gosh.
They just keep going. And I've had instances where a classic rock group, 10 minutes before the show, had to cancel because they just weren't feeling good enough. I had Lauryn Hill teed up the first day where the COVID came about, and like the states were like, they didn't know what capacity of a room they should shut down. So, the governor of Ohio said any place that has more than 250 people, you need to shut the venue down. So we were sound checking Lauryn Hill and had to shut the sound check down.
You couldn't just keep 250 select people.
No, that would have been awesome.
A little lottery.
Yeah, but that's that. But because we thought it was, we didn't know what to expect at that point. But before the band loaded out, we had a rescheduled date for September. This is in March, right? So we thought we were good, and then the next day we had to shut the casino down. So the last show I did before COVID was Mike Tyson's one-man show, which I hope to bring back. He's on a new tour, and Hard Rock actually is promoting it. He's the exclusive promoter for Mike Tyson's show. So that was an interesting one to end on before everything reopened. But things happen, man. When it's a postponed show, which we've had before, we'll ask people to hold on to their tickets because they're still valid. What we run into, though, if a show is, this happened this last month with our comedy show, the show was at a different place. The show got canceled there. So everyone, and it was a different ticketing system. So everyone we're supposed to get their refunds and things like that. And we built the show and went on sale with a brand new seat map, brand new ticketing system. We ran into issues with people thinking that their previous tickets at another venue were going to be valid at our place because the resale ticket company failed to let them know that they were also going to get a refund. They needed to buy new tickets. Instead, they said, head on out to the Hard Rock. So in those instances, we got to deal with a lot of customer service issues. Luckily, my box office manager and my squad were able to take care of everybody, and everyone got to enjoy the show. Because otherwise, I mean, ultimately, it wasn't our fault, but when it happens at your place, everyone assumes that you're the one at fault. So we do a great job at the Hard Rock with guest experience and customer service. So we took care of everybody, we were very lucky that we actually had a few open seats for that show. So
You just never know. I am continually amazed because at first, like I told you, I was like, you guys supposed to do music. What's this other stuff? But man, as you see it expand, it almost adds the excitement. Like you never know what Randy Maddocks is going to do next, right? Well, it's like, for all, you know what I mean?
I have offers in that are just offers. I don't even know what date. They're mutually agreeable date is what we call it in the business. I'll just say, this is how much money I want to give you. Let me know if you ever want to come. So I have a bunch of those floating around. But then we open up. We announced yesterday a band called Boys Like Girls.
I just saw that.
And they were here before at the Hard Rock opening for another artist. I can't remember who it was. But they are opening for the Jonas Brothers right now. And once they come off the Jonas Brothers tour, they're going on their own headline tour. And they're playing our place on Cinco de Mayo next year. So that happens too.
There was an artist in San Francisco that you were going to go see, and you weren't able. Did you ever get to see
Midnight Generation? No, I wound up going to Vegas to see Lenny Kravitz instead. Yeah, I flew down to Dolby Theater at Park MGM to see Lenny. Yeah, that was their Outside Lands weekend. At the festival, I didn't go. So if they come back through here, I'm definitely going to go next time. They're awesome.
And that way you get a chance to. Mm-hmm. So how much can you say, I really like that band, I want to have them? Is that work? I mean, can you literally go in a place, see a band play, and make an offer?
Theoretically, yeah. I mean, if I went to go see someone that's playing at a smaller club, or I'm not going to bug them while they're playing at a competing venue. Right. But at the same time, I can find out relatively quickly like who their agency is or who their manager is.
And just go through that.
Or if I have a card on me and I'm being aggressive like that, I used to do that stuff. Or I'd be like, hey, you should come play my place next time. I've been a guest at another venue before. And be like, hey, we'll see you at my place next time.
Oh.
I've said that right in front of their guys. My competing vent, I'm friends with a lot of these guys, but I'd be like, hey, why don't you come?
They know the deal.
Yeah, these guys aren't taking care of you. Why don't you come out to see me? I'll take care of you. Just kind of give them a little razzing, I guess. But yeah, I mean, that still happens. I mean, there are a lot of artists that I actually like musically, or comedians that I like. Like, I got to get this guy. Like, I really love Dusty Slay, a comedian. And he's the Having a Good Time guy. He was been host at the AIBA conference that I go to. He's the award show host, but he's got a couple specials and things like that. I think he played the Crest last time he was in town. He's too big for that now. And he's doing 8 shows at the Punchline doesn't make sense when they can do one show for 2,000 people and get it done in one day versus 4 days, So that happens quite a bit. There was a comedian that was just at Punchline this weekend that sold out her 4 shows. So I'm like, all right, next time you should probably come to our place, and it might not sell out our place, but you're going to do more than what you just did, and you don't have to work as hard, So that happens quite a bit.
There was a comedian, every once in a while on my phone, I'll get a comedian I never heard of. And this guy is like 300 pounds. He's huge. Just a huge man. And he makes fun of that. I mean, because he's like, but when it comes to quote unquote political correctness, he's like, he doesn't do it, right? Yeah, this is real life, folks.
Yeah.
But, he just talks about stuff that's everyday stuff, but he's genuinely funny, right? And it's like, so, I'll see stuff like that once in a while, right? And I'll think, because you always think of it like the big names. But there are people out there that are, I watch a TV show that the guy, it's a talk show, and the guy has different comedians on there I never heard of.
Right.
I said, who's this, right? He had a guy on there, Hotep. You ever heard of him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he had him on. He's a comedian. I've never seen him, never heard him, have no idea. But, he wasn't doing his own thing. It was just talk, right? But I was like, there's just got to be, I don't know how you sort through is what I'm getting to. I don't know how you sort through. It's a huge pool of comedians, musicians, and this other stuff. It's like, I don't want your job.
I have to constantly check stuff out. I watch a lot of late night TV. I always have, some all the way back from like Johnny Carson on stuff when I was a kid. And
I love that stuff.
And I watch those guys actually kind of set some trends sometimes where like these comedians are writers on certain shows, or they're doing small club gigs, and then they get a 10-minute spot, 5-minute spot on Jimmy Fallon or something. And then the next thing you know, they're doing a national tour, or they have a next Netflix special, or they're they're one comedian in a 30-hour set that's on TV, or they have a small little bit part or a reoccurring part in a TV show that's getting popular. So that's what that show, Stavros, this guy Stavros Halkias, he kind of got famous doing that, and he was on the show Tires with Shane Gillis. There's some other guys that are, Andrew Schultz, I think, is on that show. So there's comedians like that. There's a guy named Ismo who's from Finland, I think, and he's been touring the United States for a long time. He's very funny, but he just hasn't gotten bigger than like 500 to 700 people, but it's just still really good. Make a living off of that. There's guys who have been on like America's Got Talent that should have won that show, but comedians never win those shows. It's always a singer or a dancer or something.
Yeah.
But those are there's guys, Tom Cotter, I think is his name. I brought him to Tahoe when I was at the Hard Rock there because I liked him. I brought him out for New Year's Eve, I think. Did a New Year's Day or New Year's Eve comedy show, I think. Just because I was like, man, this guy's legit. And he was very family friendly kind of guy, didn't swear. And he'd been doing it for 20 plus years, and he just never made it huge, but he was like the runner up on America's Got Talent. So I have to pay attention to a lot of stuff. I also listen to other people. If people, just friends or family or other people in the business, like, hey man, have you heard of this guy? Have you heard of that guy? Or lady? And I'm like, no. And they're like, well, check them out. I was like, all right. And then sometimes our partners like Live Nation, some other agents, like, you got, trust me, this dude is blowing up right now. This comedian or this singer or this band is blowing up right now, And you see that. It's cool when you can latch onto an artist that like might be a second or third support act on a headline tour, and they're like, this person's gonna surpass the person they're on the road with very soon. And I'm like, all right. And then I see them go out on headline tours after they've opened up for guys like Kenny Chesney or Jason Aldean, and or a rock band like Beartooth or somebody that's headlining a show now with major artists or whatever. It happens all the time. And I actually really like that. I like getting artists that are blowing up. And then the next time you see them, you're like, oh my God, like Sabrina Carpenter, okay. We had her 3 years ago. And then now she's like the biggest pop star outside of Taylor Swift and like Olivia Rodrigo.
Wow.
So, yeah. She's it right now. And she played our place.
That happens pretty quick, doesn't it?
Very fast.
All of a sudden.
Nowadays, it's extremely fast. Like sometimes, in my opinion, it's almost too fast because these artists get shoved into these situations where like the tickets, they're like, oh, we'll put you in an arena today. And then the arena's either half full, or they're doing so many shows they get burnt out or mentally unstable, or their vocal cords can't take it. And you see that happen a lot. There's guys like Benson Boone, I think, is having some hard times right now. He blew up this last year. He's the guy that does all the flips off the piano, and he's opened up for Taylor Swift for a while. But a guy like that, he's like, they sent him out on the road. So you're going to do 200 shows this year. I'm like, man, pause. Just pump your brakes a little bit, dude. You're going to do this the rest of your life? Are you worried about it right now? It's like if I was their manager, I'd like, we'll be fine. We'll make your money. We'll get there. But I've also seen like bands like Walk the Moon or Imagine Dragons or stuff like that where like on the same tour, they started off in a club or a theater, and then like a year later, because they blew up, they're in arenas now. Youngblood's another one. He's the guy that did the Ozzy tribute at the MTV Music Awards at Aerosmith. Young British rocker guy, like he is the next rock god, you know. But they're like, you got to get out there and do stadiums and festivals, when he's been doing theaters, and he's gonna burn out, you know. But that's the business. They gotta get it while you can get it, because things fade out fast nowadays. I mean, I can't, like, the fact that I like the Killers so much, and they've been around for 20 plus years, and Mr. Brightside is now like the anthem now in stadiums. The Bills are using it as their theme song. You got people singing along at the 7th inning stretch and baseball games. Like, that's cool. You know, it used to be Sweet Caroline and all that stuff.
Yeah,
now it's Mr. Brightside by the Killers. So,
well, they always have different ones that they may not be your favorite, but they catch.
Yeah.
And so, you know, man, that's a good band. I know, because we sort through the music here, trying to figure out, what we should be doing. And because we're a community radio, we're doing some of everything.
Yeah.
Well, that's not really any different than what you do.
No. Yeah.
You have to do some of kind of everything, old school stuff and new stuff and venturing out. So anyway, so I love having you on. I appreciate you're willing to do this, because we kind of get caught up, find out a little bit more about what makes you tick into making the decisions that you make. Find out that you traveled a lot, thought you would not be traveling, and now, and so hopefully you're going to stay with us for a while here.
I like where I'm at, man. We've got a good thing going. I have a solid team. Property's doing great. Community's embraced us a lot, embraced me, really. And I appreciate coming on and doing this sort of stuff with you. We got a lot of good things going on here. And again, as we're still new, it's only 3 years. I mean, it's a lot. And we've done 260 something shows already.
Wow.
I think 470,000 plus people have come to see a show. So like early next year, we're going to pass 500,000 guests, 300 concerts. And we're just going to keep on moving. Yeah.
Well, I'm at this camera, looking at this one that doesn't exist.
That one?
Right, yeah, that's what I'm supposed to be on.
Let me look at this one.
Anyway.
Okay, all right.
So listen, folks, thanks for watching these. We appreciate Randy being willing to come on, because, whether people like it or not, whether it's music or sports or some of the people that were your heroes that you just thought, man, I never got to see them as a band. You have opportunity, because Randy books tribute bands. I've been to one. I'm planning on going to some other. I'm going to beg him for tickets, because I want to see that. I wanted to see the Bee Gees. Missed that one, because I thought, and I don't even really like that music, but I like that era. Right. And so anyway, we're going to have Randy back periodically for the purpose of finding out what's going to be happening, what's new. Stay tuned, because the sports bar is next. That opens on the 10th.
Yes.
Right? Yep. On the 10th. That's going to be huge. And rumor has it is there are no bad restaurants at the Hard Rock.
It's very true.
I've eaten
I'll test that.
I think I've eaten at most of them.
Yeah, they're all great.
My wife has a favorite, the Yu.
Oh, yeah.
If we're going there, that's where we're eating, right?
Yeah.
And so, but anyway, so like, subscribe, share, comment. Appreciate you tuning in to In the Tank with Fish. And again, special thanks to my now friend. Can we be friends now? Are we
Absolutely.
good? All right. Yeah. Randy Maddocks, my friend from the Hard Rock. Don't miss an opportunity. We constantly are telling you what concerts or what is available. Everything from fights, comedians. You just never know what's next.